Well, thank you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful night we've had out here at Olympic Park. It's been the Melbourne Greyhound Racing Association's trusty Australian Greyhound Cup. The weather has been absolutely ideal, the crowd has been big, and the race itself was a thrilling one. But I'm not going to tell you anything about it now, because we're going to have a look at the replays first of earlier races, and of course we'll have race 9 coming up live on the program in about 5 or 6 minutes' time. The first event here tonight was the Trustee Stake. It was run over 732 metres, and the favourite was number 8, the Pink, Poignant.
Red and away they go. The favourite box fairly well out wide point, and first out was Ziggett, will lead on the first turn by half a length to Fawn Matter. Going through along the inside rail now to be third is Genghis Flyer. Back behind them is Poignant getting a check, but is racing midfield on the rails. Over on the outside of it then was Golgano, making ground out deep. Then was Miss Gwenda. Then La Roma Lee, who got a bad check, tailing out next to last, and Petrick was last of all. They've gone a lap as they head down the back inside the 250-metre mark, and the leader was Ziggett, well clear by 5 or 6 lengths now to Fawn Matter. About 2 lengths away third is Genghis Flyer, the favourite. Poignant can't win, losing ground past there by Miss Gwenda. Homeward bound and Ziggett well clear by at least 5 lengths to Genghis Flyer going now to second, but at the judge and Ziggett has won easily. Down to the judge and Ziggett has won by at least 8 lengths to on the inside is Fawn Matter. Genghis Flyer has got up and run third. Back behind them was La Roma Lee. Then Patrick, further back was Miss Gwenda, and Golgano, one of the last to pull up.
Winner of the first race was Ziggett, 270 and 90. Fawn Matter second, 95. Genghis Flyer third, 95. The second race in the program was the first leg of the double, and the favourite here, 8 Pink, Black Aztec.
They're ready, and away they go. Black Aztec didn't jump all that well. First out was Janie's Legend, led by a half a length to Sonny's Windfall. Warren Lee railing through it on the inside, and there's the favourite, Black Aztec, making ground, has gone out of third, now second down the back as they head down past the 200-metre mark. And the leader, Janie's Legend, about to be collared here by the favourite, Black Aztec, and the real Black Aztec has shot away. It led by 5 or 6 lengths to Sonny's Windfall. Janie's Legend there followed by Warren Lee, but down to the judge, and the favourite, Black Aztec, has won easily. Black Aztec by at least half a dozen lengths to Sonny's Windfall. Hired Boy has got up and run third. Behind them was Janie's Legend. A break end of Palavall, Smoother Order, and Warren Lee, one of the last to pull up.
And of course the winner there, Black Aztec, who won the Melbourne Cup at Sandown and was run out last week in his semi-final of the Australian Cup. The third event, and the favourite here, 3 White, Striding Ahead.
Lure rolling, set and racing. Favourite Striding Ahead flew the boxes by G. It landed at least 2.5 to 3 lengths in front of Go Jane Go. And down the back, and the favourite Striding Ahead railed the ears off them and led by 2.5 lengths to Bennington, going now to second. Out deep on the track is Betray Flash. Behind them Go Jane Go, there followed by Eagles Pell. A break then to further back was Roaming Mariner and also Makala Lee, but on the home turn, and the leader Striding Ahead being tackled by Bennington down the outside. Bennington put its head in front, and Bennington starting to draw away for a boil over. Bennington wins it by a length and a quarter to Striding Ahead. Makala Lee has got up and run third. Break then to Go Janie Go. Further back was Roaming Mariner. Then a gap to Eagles Pell, Betray Flash, and the last one home was Is Go Ed.
And the winner, Bennington, 370 and $1. The favourite, Striding Ahead, 90. Makala Lee third, paid $1. The fourth race, a long distance affair, and the greyhounds well backed in this were Come On Baden, Sovereign Ben, and Tamor Eagle in that order.
They're ready and away they go. The favourite, Come On Baden, was racing third on settling down. First out was Sovereign Ben, led by 3/4 of a length, but can't get across at the moment. Now it is Tamor Eagle going now to second. They're followed back behind them by Come On Baden, who's scouting very wide. A breakdown of 2.5 to 3 lengths to Parachute Luck railing. On its back there was One Cheer, there followed back behind them by All Promise, and then a gap to Ima Barker, and tailing out a bad last there as they head down the back was Blue Crisco. At the 200 metres mark, and the leader Sovereign Ben by 3 or 4 lengths. Now to Come On Baden, racing second, going home quickly. Tamor Eagle is running third with the favourite. Come On Baden is coming hard on the home turn. Sovereign Ben has now been collared by the favourite one. Come On Baden, who swept to the lead. Sovereign Ben is battling back well, but Come On Baden is too good, wins it by 3/4 of a length. Sovereign Ben has run second. One Cheer got up to run third. Behind them was Parachute Luck. A break then to Tamor Eagle, then Ima Barker, Blue Crisco, and All Promise, one of the last to get home.
The winner there, Come On Baden, $1.15 and 65. Sovereign Ben, 60 and 1 Cheer, $1. And now the replay of race 5, and in this the favourite, 4 Blue, Mork the Stork.
And racing, picture this, missed the start. First out was Mork the Stork. Going quickly out wide, Bems Delight has come from the outside and is now rattling through along the inside, now to be second down the back. Picture this, going now to third after a tardy start. Behind them was Mr. Micro Super Real. Back behind them came Plain Busy Wee Lizzie, back now next to last, and Whiteside Lady last of all off the back. The leader, Mork the Stork, about to be tackled by Bems Delight, and on the outside there was Picture This, changing course, going to the inside. It's Picture This getting to the front from Bems Delight, kicking back, and Bems Delight wins it by 3/4 of a length to Picture This. Most unlucky. Mr. Micro has run third. Behind them was Mork the Stork, Plain Busy. Then came Super Real, Whiteside Lady, and the Wee Lizzie was the last one home.
And the winner there, Bems Delight, 6.45 and 2.75. That was one for Lou and Jack. Bems Delight. Picture This, 70, and Mr. Micro, 115. And the trifecta there, $429.70. Well, now we're coming up live on race 9 on the program. The greyhounds are in the boxes. There's quite a lot of them fancied in this. It's a pretty even affair. It's a long distance race, 7:32. That's a lap and 3/4. Let's go up to your commentator, Ray Benson.
And here they're moving in, Bill, for the running of the next event, race number 9. Reserves out a field of 8. They're coming up quite well. The distance race, of course, well, it's a wee bit more than a lap and a half in actual fact. Starting down the back with a field of 8. Fiery Spice in 1, from Gabbett's Pal in 3, then Capricornia in 5, Rare High in 7. Now the odd numbers have gone in, 1, 3, 5 and 7. They move up in that order to save any congestion at the starting boxes. Now the evens go in, Rochester the check, Tonganui the blue, the brown has gone up, and off the outside number 8 Nefertari. The green light is on and the lure in motion, and the start coming up now for the 9th. They're ready, set, and away they go. Fiery Spice near the inside, beat the mat, will lead on, settling down from Gabbett's Pal and cutting down the track, Nefertari. With a tremendous amount of toe, Nefertari cleared the field and led by 2 lengths. Now to Fiery Spice is railing up along the inside of Gabbett's Pal. Back behind them, racing a bit deep, there was Rio High on the outside of Tashina Karina. They've got right away from Tonganui, back now to third last. They're followed by Rochester next to last, and tailing out as Capricornia. Heading down the back, inside the 200 metres mark, and the leader, Gabbett's Pal, took over and led by at least 5 to 6 lengths to in second placing Fiery Spice, and they're followed back behind them by Tashina Karina. But on the home turn, and Gabbett's Pal is well clear, is going to win by a minute, Gabbett's Pal the white. Coming down to the judge, and Gabbett's Pal has won by at least 7 or 8 lengths to Tashina Karina. Running third is Rio High. Behind them was Tonganui, Fiery Spice, Rochester, then Capricornia, and Nefertari weakened badly to run last. And the winner was number 3, the white Gabbett's Pal. The minor numbers have gone to the brown Tashina Karina, and third money to the black number 7, Rio High. 3, 6 and 7, and the time 44.70. The winner number 3, the white Gabbett's Pal. Minor numbers to the brown Tashina Karina, number 6, and third placing to number 7, the black, and that was Rio High. The time was 44.70. We'll take you back now to Bill and take it in shortly after race 9.
Thank you, Ray. Well, that was race 9 live. We're going to take a commercial break now, and then we'll be back for all the great interest and the spectacular proceedings surrounding the trusty Australian Greyhound Cup. And it was a spectacular affair. Let's have a look at it.
Away they go, out wide Tidy Midge began rather quickly, likewise Pete's Advice and also Busy's Warrior. As they head down the back the first time with the leader, Pete's Advice riding well, led by more than 2 lengths to Busy Warrior. Going through along the inside now to be third is Mona Lee Charm. Back behind them was Fashion Event. They're followed back behind them by Kelvin Brown. A break then Kalimna Boy. Further back was Tidy Midge. Can't win for mine, and Sheer Brown was last. But on the home turn, the leader, Pete's Advice, well clear. It looked home Pete's Advice by 3 or 4 lengths, and drawing away Pete's Advice wins it by 4 lengths to Mona Lee's Charm. Getting up to run third is Busy's Warrior. Behind them was further back Kelvin Brown. A break to Kalimna Boy with Sheer Brown and Fashion Event and Tidy Midge all in a bunch near last of all in the time of 30.30.
And the winner there was number 2, Pete's Advice, paid $2 a win and for a place 80 cents. Second, number 5, Mona Lee's Charm, $1.35. Third, number 4, Busy Warrior, $2.40. The Quinella 2 and 5, $16.40 in the trusty Australian Greyhound Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the Melbourne Greyhound Racing Association proudly presents the running of the 1981 Trusty Australian Greyhound Cup, a race worth $65,000 and one of the most prestigious greyhound races in the world. We'd like you to welcome the greyhounds now as they make their parade. They'll come from the curtain at the top of the straight, and the first one to appear there is one red Kelvin Brown. The greyhounds will come around to the dais where their presentation rug will be removed and they'll be checked by the stewards. Number one red Kelvin Brown is a brindle dog by Brown Lad out of Temdol, whelped in March 79, owned and trained by Jim West from Heathcote South. Kelvin Brown won his trial in 30.65, ran second, beaten a neck by Terrific Law in the heats, ran second, beaten a length and a half by Tidy Midge in last week's semi-final. Kelvin Brown is the youngest greyhound in the final, will start from box 1 tonight, and I'd remind you that box 1 has been successful 10 times out of the 22 cups that have been run. Ladies and gentlemen, one red Kelvin Brown. Number 2, carrying the check rug, is Pete's Advice. Pete's Advice is a black dog by Leader Champion out of Winleyshire, whelped in June 1978, owned by Mrs. W. MacDonald and H. Beer, trained by Ron MacDonald from Altona. Pete's Advice won his trial in 30.59. He won his heat in 30.61 and then ran second, beaten 3/4 of a length by Kalimna Boy. In that race, he also started from box 2, so tonight is the 3rd time in succession that he will start from box 2. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 check, Pete's Advice. Appearing now is number 3 white Kalimna Boy. Kalimna Boy is a blue brindle dog by Waverley Supreme from Sorotto Miss, was whelped in December 1977. Kalimna Boy is owned by Mrs. M. Short, trained by George Freeman at Newport. Kalimna Boy won his trial in 31.11. He ran second to Plain Busy in his heat, beaten by 3.5 lengths, and last Monday from box 3 defeated Pete's Advice by 3/4 of a length in the second semi-final. Number 3 white, Kalimna Boy. Number 4 from the blue, the number 4 box in the blue is Busy's Warrior. Busy's Warrior is a brindle dog by Busy's Chief out of Lissev, whelped in March 78, owned and trained by Gordon Strawn of Ringwood. Busy's Warrior won his trial in 31.04 seconds, ran third to Black Aztec in his heat, and then ran second, beaten a length and a half by Monalise Charm, starting out of box 1 in last week's semi-final. Number 4, the blue, Busy's Warrior. The next greyhound to appear, 5 yellow Monalise Charm. A fawn dog by Busy's Chief out of Monterey Clarusk, whelped in May 78, owned and trained by Alan Leslie of South Oakley. Monalise Charm won his trial in 30.93, ran second, beaten 2 lengths by Fashion Event in his heat, and then defeated Busy's Warrior by a length and a half in the time of 30.46 in the 4th semi-final last Monday night. Monalise Charm has drawn box 5 in tonight's final, and box 5 is the only box that has never been successful in the Australian Cup. But we wish him luck tonight. The next name and box is quite appropriate. Sheer Brown is the greyhound and wears the brown rug from box 6. A brindle dog by Brown Lad out of Tinsel Glitter, whelped in January 1979, owned by M. Brown and H. Shearing, and trained for them by Albie Brown of Melton South. Sheer Brown won his trial in 30.85, ran 4th to Terrific Law in his heat, and Sheer Brown won his semi-final last Monday night, starting from box 1, ran the time of 30.41 and defeated Fashion Event by half a length. Number 6, Sheer Brown. The 7th greyhound in the field, number 7 Black, is Fashion Event. A white fawn bitch by Thor's Thunder out of Scungle's Miss, whelped in August 1978, owned by L. Edwards and trained by P. Davis of Box Hill, New South Wales. Originally, there were 33 entrants for the Australian Cup from New South Wales, and Fashion Event is the only one that has got through to the final. Fashion Event won her trial in 31.04, won her heat in 30.71, and ran second to Sheer Brown in 30.41 in last week's semi-final. Number 7 Black, Fashion Event. And the final competitor in the Trustee Australian Greyhound Cup, number 8 Pink, Tidy Midge. Tidy Midge is a brindle bitch by Tiddis out of Loista, whelped in December 77, owned by Mrs. Burton of Western Australia and trained by Brian Newman of Broadmeadows. Tidy Midge has been undefeated in the Australian Cup Series, a wonderful performance, winning her trial in 30.64, defeating Bianca Lee by a length and a half in her heat, and then last Monday defeating Kelvin Brown by 1.5 lengths in her semi-final. Number 8 Pink, ladies and gentlemen, Tidy Midge.
They're ready, set, and away they go. Out wide, Tidy Midge began rather quickly, likewise Pete's Advice and also Bessie's Warrior. As they head down the back the first time of the leader, Pete's Advice riding well, led by more than 2 lengths to Bessie Warrior. Going through along the inside now to be third is Mona Lee Charm. Back behind them was Fashion Event. They're followed back behind them by Kelvin Brown. A break then Kalimna Boy. Further back was Tidy Midge. Can't win for mine, and Sheer Brown was last. But on the home turn, the leader, Pete's Advice, well clear. It looked home, Pete's Advice, by 3 or 4 lengths, and drawing away, Pete's Advice wins it by 4 lengths to Mona Lee's Charm. Getting up to run third is Bessie's Warrior. Behind them was further back Kelvin Brown. A break to Kalimna Boy with Sheer Brown and Fashion Event and Tidy Midge all in a bunch. Near last of all in the time of...
Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of trophies for the Trustee Australian Cup are now about to be made. Although it wasn't favourite, it was second favourite, a very popular win, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me, it was a very clean race. And in fact, I think it's one of the cleanest races we've ever seen in one of the big greyhound events in Victoria. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the man who, with his directors and staff, have done such a magnificent effort to stage this race this evening. Would you please welcome the Chairman of Directors, Mr. Bill Conroy.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Trustee Cup, sponsored by Trustee, with me tonight to present the cheque to the third and the second place getter is Mr. Ken Carney from IXL. Would you kindly give him a great welcome, because they have been very good over the last 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my privilege and pleasure, on behalf of Henry Jones IXL and Trustee, to present the prizes for the second and third in the Trustee Australian Cup. Busy's Warrior, I guess, earns the cheque rather than the owner. He looks like he's still puffing, and I think the prize might go some way towards giving him a rest for a little while. Congratulations. And the second prize to number 5, Mona Lee's Charm, Mr. Alan Leslie. I might just finish by saying it's been a very worthwhile sponsorship for Trustee, and I hope it continues to be part of greyhound racing in Victoria, as it has been a very integral part of the development of the brand. And thank you very much for supporting the Trustee Cup and Henry Jones IXL's brand trustee. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the first prize is presented, we would ask Mrs. Jean Conroy, wife of the Chairman of Directors, if she'd please place the garland of flowers around the neck of Pete's Advice. Thank you, Mrs. Conroy. Well, Jean Conroy sashing the greyhound there with flowers. We'll be back for the presentation and a replay of the other races after the last race in the program, which we're going to bring to you live. And we'll go right up to Ray Benson now. Ray, you might just check the totes for us also on race 9 as the field moves to the boxes for the 10th and final event.
My word, I will, Bill. Here they are in race number 9. Gabbitville was $2 even for the place 90. The minor placings went to the Brown. It paid $1.30, and third money to number 7, the Black Rio High, 70 cents. The winner, Gabbitville, was it was $1. No, it was $2.90. That's right. It was $2.90 for the place 90. The Brown was $1.30, and third, number 7, Rio High, 70 cents, and the scratchings were the reserves, and it left a field of 8. And then the last event coming up here, the reserves are out again. We have a field of 8 again. Very open race. The main chances are given to the red, the black, and also the pink. Safe and Easy, Samba Queen, and Jim's Fancy. By the way, the quadrilla tonight on the numbers 5, 4, 8, 8. It paid $1,064.75. 5, 4, 8, 8. The TRB quadrilla combination. And the Daddy Double for Black Aztec and Pete's Advice, $5.45. The extra double for numbers 4 and 8, Come On Baden, Bianca Lee, $6.85. The Quinella on the Cup, $16.40. And the Quinella on race 7, 1 and 8, $1.55. And the TRB trifecta, 8, 7 and 1, $429.70. Now they're coming up here for the last, Safe and Easy in 1 from Allegro Dancer. Liquid Start in 3, Duralee in 4. Wider out we have King Hit in 5, the yellow, Nullah's Papoose the brown, Samba Queen the black, and Jim's Fancy off the outside the pink. Green light is on, the lure in motion now for the last. They're ready, set and racing. Safe and Easy boxed fairly well, headed after the start by Duralee, and Nullah's Papoose going rather quickly. Duralee led clearly around the first turn by 2 lengths now, 2 up on the outside there. Was further back, Nullah's Papoose making ground rather quickly, and deep out was Jim's Fancy. Up in that bunch then was Safe and Easy, Allegro Dancer, and also Liquid Start, but coming off the back of the leader, Jim's Fancy by 3/4 of a length to Safe and Easy, who has got the inside running. There's a bit of a buffeting going on here. Jim's Fancy in front of Safe and Easy, coming hard along the inside and got up and won. Jim's Fancy, Safe and Easy has won it from Jim's Fancy. Liquid Start has got up and run third. Allegro Dancer fourth, made up a lot of ground. Then Samba Queen, Nullah's Papoose, Duralee, and King Hit was the last one home. Waiting on the number, the judge may call for the photo, but you'll find on the inside, Safe and Easy number 1 has got the money. In fact, it has no photo, straight in the frame the number. The minor numbers to number 8, the pink, Jim's Fancy. You'll find it has run the Quinella, and I fancy the white number 3, Liquid Start, to run third. The time is 30 and 96. 30 and 96. The judges call for the photo for the minor placings. We'll take a break and come back with those numbers, first, second and third, and the tote dividends on the lucky last race 10.
Well, 1, 8 and 3 are the official placings in the final event on the program. Numbers 1, 8 and 3 and the all clear is up. Safe and Easy first, Jim's Fancy second, and Liquid Start third. 1, 8 and 3 in the final event. We'll have the tote dividends for you shortly, but right now let's go back to the presentation surrounding the Trustee Australian Greyhound Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, before asking the Minister to present the cheque and the trophy, I would like, on behalf of the club, to extend a very great appreciation to the many greyhound people who have made this series possible. During these hot, trying conditions, they have presented their greyhounds in marvellous form. That in itself is an achievement. We all know there can only be one winner. And all I can say to those who were beaten come back again, and better luck next time. Ladies and gentlemen, now it gives me very great pleasure to introduce the Minister, the Right Honourable Mr Dixon, the Minister of Greyhound Racing, that is under his very many other portfolios. Ladies and gentlemen, would you give a great hand to Mr Brian Dixon.
I'd like to congratulate Pete's Advice. Pete's Advice has been a very consistent performer on this track. It's a local dog, and I'm sure that all of us here would like to congratulate the connections, Mrs McDonald and Mr Beer, upon winning tonight's fantastic event. Congratulations. And also, of course, to the trainer, Mr R McDonald. If I have Mr Beer and Mrs McDonald. There we are. Congratulations to you.
Thanks, Mr Dixon.
And where's the $30,000? $30,000? We'll give that to you. Congratulations. Well done. Right. Well, this is all yours.
Mr Dixon, Mr Conroy, your members, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the ovation you've given our greyhound this evening. I'd also like to say thank you to Olympic Park for a fine running once again for this event. Also, I'd like to thank Mr McDonald for an enormous job he's done with this greyhound. And also a special congratulations to Mrs Ashdown. Thank you.
Well, there he was, the winner of the trusty Australian Greyhound Cup, Pete's Advice. A wonderful performance, and it was a great race. Right now, I think Ray Benson has the tote dividends for you on the final event on the program.
And here they are in the last event with the Auckland given. The winner was Safe and Easy number 1, paid $1.20 for the players 70. Jim's Fancy number 8 paid $1.20, and third money to number 3, Liquid Start $1.05. 120 and 70, $1.20, $1.05. The winning margin, half a length by head, 30 and 96. We have the All Clear, 1, 8 and 3 in the last event. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Ray. And Ray Benson, of course, has been your caller for all races throughout the evening. We have two replays for you that you haven't seen, races 7 and 8. Race 7 was one of the big Quinella events in the program, and the favourite was number 1, Red, Miss the Game.
Set. Away they go. Good start. Missed the game. Beat the mat near the inside. Will lead early from Scottish Shanter, going rather quickly to lead on the first turn. Bianca Lee going up now to race second, with Miss the Game dropping back now to be third. They've got right away from Terrific Law on the outside of Max Test. A break then to Harold's Joy. Back behind them was Gay Protein and Hildebrand Girl last of all and tailed off. Coming off the back, and the leader was Bianca Lee. Got away by a length and a half to Miss the Game. The favourite coming hard. Bianca Lee led around the turn by more than 2 lengths halfway down the straight, and Bianca Lee drawing away to win well. About 3 lengths to Miss the Test. Getting up to run third is Max Test. Behind them was Terrific Law, Harold's Joy. Then came further back was Scottish Shanter, Hildebrand Girl, and the last one home was Gay Protein.
Winner there, Bianca Lee, 195 and 65. It was second favourite. Missed the Game, 50. Max Test, $1.45. And the Quinella 1 and 8, a very popular one, $1.55. Now, the 8th race in the program was a hurdle race. And I want you to have a good look at this. It was a wonderful hurdle. Great jumping. Fine jumping, as a matter of fact. The favourite was Brown Butterfly, didn't have much luck, but I want you to have a look in particular at the fine jumping and railing performance of 2-check Busy's Mona Lee. This is the Trustee Cup hurdle.
That, away they go, jumped away quite well. Busy Bee and Bossy near the inside, bounced out in front as they jumped the first of 7. Head out of the straight and out towards the first of 4 down the back, and the leader was the red Busy Bee and Bossy by 2.5 lengths to Busy's Mona Lee, going now to second. On the outside now, third is Magneto Miss, and back behind them, Magic William there, followed by Brown Butterfly. A break then to Campus Jet. Back now, next to last is New Vitality and Gay Squire last of all. On the home turn, 2 to jump. And the leader, Busy Bee and Bossy, being tackled by Busy's Mona Lee, who's getting up along the inside, and Magneto Miss down the outside, but Busy's Mona Lee wins it. Running second is Magneto Miss, and Busy Bee and Bossy has run third. Back behind them was Magic William, Brown Butterfly. Then Gay Squire next to last, and New Vitality last of all, bar 1, Campus Jet.
Well, wasn't that a wonderful spectacle? The winner of the race, 2-check Busy's Mona Lee, $2.20 and 50. Second 8, Magneto Miss, $1.60, and third, number 1, Busy Bee and Bossy, paid 65 cents. A very thrilling race, the 8th event on the program. Well, I think we might have some doubles to check there for you, or has Ray Benson already checked them? No, let's check them again anyway. The double 8 and 2, Black Aztec and Pete's Advice, paid $5.45. The extra double, 4 Come On Baden and 8 Bianca Lead, paid $6.85. The quadrella for the numbers 5, 4, 8, 8, quite a nice one, $1,064.75. Well, you've been watching greyhound racing live from Olympic Park on Channel 7, tonight being the Melbourne Greyhound Racing Association's trusty Australian Greyhound Cup. A fantastic